Test monitoring and control. The purpose of test monitoring is to gather information and provide feedback and visibility about test activities. Information to be monitored may be collected manually or automatically and should be used to assess test progress and to measure whether the test exit criteria, or the testing tasks associated with an Agile project's definition of done, are satisfied, such as meeting the targets for coverage of product risks, requirements, or acceptance criteria. Test control describes any guiding or corrective actions taken as a result of information and metrics gathered and, possibly, reported. Actions may cover any test activity and may affect any other software lifecycle activity. Examples of test control actions include reprioritizing tests when an identified risk occurs, e.g., software delivered late. Changing the test schedule due to availability or unavailability of a test environment or other resources. Re-evaluating whether a test item meets an entry or exit criterion due to rework. Metrics used in testing. Metrics can be collected during and at the end of test activities in order to assess progress against the planned schedule and budget. Current quality of the test object. Adequacy of the test approach. Effectiveness of the test activities with respect to the objectives. Common test metrics include percentage of planned work done in test case preparation, or percentage of planned test cases implemented. Percentage of planned work done in test environment preparation. Test case execution, e.g., number of test cases run, not run, test cases passed, failed, and/or test conditions passed, failed. Defect information, e.g., defect density, defects found and fixed, failure rate, and confirmation test results. Test coverage of requirements, user stories, acceptance criteria, risks, or code. Task completion, resource allocation and usage, and effort. Purposes, contents, and audiences for test reports. The purpose of test reporting is to summarize and communicate test activity information, both during and at the end of a test activity, e.g., a test level. The test report prepared during a test activity may be referred to as a test progress report, while a test report prepared at the end of a test activity may be referred to as a test summary report. During test monitoring and control, the test manager regularly issues test progress reports for stakeholders. In addition to content common to test progress reports and test summary reports, typical test progress reports may also include the status of the test activities and progress against the test plan. Factors impeding progress. Testing plan for the next reporting period. The quality of the test object. When exit criteria are reached, the test manager issues the test summary report. This report provides a summary of the testing performed, based on the latest test progress report and any other relevant information. Typical test summary reports may include summary of testing performed, information on what occurred during a test period, deviations from plan, including deviations in schedule, duration, or effort of test activities. Status of testing and product quality with respect to the exit criteria or definition of done. Factors that have blocked or continue to block progress. Metrics of defects, test cases, test coverage, activity progress, and resource consumption. E.g., as described in 5.3.1. Residual risks, see section 5.5. Reusable test work products produced. The contents of a test report will vary depending on the project, the organizational requirements, and the software development lifecycle. For example, a complex project with many stakeholders or a regulated project may require more detailed and rigorous reporting than a quick software update. As another example, in Agile development, test progress reporting may be incorporated into task boards, defect summaries, and burn-down charts, which may be discussed during a daily stand-up meeting. See ISTQB/CTFL at. In addition to tailoring test reports based on the context of the project, test reports should be tailored based on the report's audience. The type and amount of information that should be included for a technical audience or a test team may be different from what would be included in an executive summary report. In the first case, detailed information on defect types and trends may be important. In the latter case, a high-level report, e.g., a status summary of defects by priority, budget, schedule, and test conditions passed, failed, not tested, may be more appropriate. ISO standard, ISO IEC IEEE 29119-3, refers to two types of test reports, test progress reports and test completion reports, called test summary reports in this syllabus, and contains structures and examples for each type. Key takeaways. Test monitoring and control are essential activities in software testing that involve gathering and analyzing information to measure test progress and ensure that testing objectives and exit criteria are met. Metrics play a crucial role in assessing test progress, evaluating the quality of the test object, and measuring the effectiveness of test activities. Common test metrics include test coverage, task completion, defect information, and cost of testing. Test reporting is a critical part of test management that aims to communicate test activity information to stakeholders. Test reports can be tailored based on the context of the project and the report's audience, and may include information on testing progress, factors impeding progress, status of testing and product quality, deviations from plan, and metrics of defects, test cases, and resource consumption.